TV20 News update. A Dixie County judge motioned to move the trial date for the man accused of killing 14-year-old Demiah Appling of Old Town. TV20's Alexis Goings tells us why the date was pushed.
19-year-old Waymore Gerhardt was set to appear in front of a Dixie County judge today. However, he requested not to be present at his hearing. Gerhardt was indicted in February on first-degree murder charges after shooting 14-year-old Demiah Appling of Old Town. Demiah went missing from her home in October of last year. Her body was found in Gilchrist County 2 months later. Gerhardt's trial date was originally set for May 15th. However, his counsel requested more time to prepare. The judge granted the motion, setting the new date for June 14th. Coming up, we'll hear from the grandmother of Demiah about how she feels about the new pretrial date. In Dixie County, Alexis Goings, TV 20 News.